on both sides, but they still found a way to get it done, pulled away in the second half, and they beat the Seahawks 28-16, the final. So, for the Niners, they will now hit the road next Sunday for another NFC West matchup. They'll be big favorites, I'm sure, on the road at Arizona against the Cardinals, while the Seahawks will head home for a game that was flexed to Monday night, a Monday night showdown with the Eagles, who have a big game coming up here on Compass Media Networks. Sunday Night Football from AT&T Stadium, and the Eagles have had a gauntlet of the schedule. Meanwhile, the Cowboys are rolling, and they get the rematch tonight in Dallas. Remember, back in Week 9 in Philadelphia, the Eagles held out the Cowboys 28-23, but Dallas has not lost since that game. They've won 4 in a row, and they have a 14-game home winning streak to the Cowboys, their longest since 1981. So they're playing really good football right now. And as if the game wasn't big enough, Cowboys head coach Mike McCarthy had to undergo an emergency appendectomy on Wednesday. He's going to coach tonight, and he still managed to speak with the media over the phone on Friday.
Feeling great, yes, thank you. Yeah, so I started on Wednesday. I felt like I had a stomach virus for quite some time, and and based on where the pain was, I never thought it would be appendix because it wasn't in my right side. And had a rough night Monday and Tuesday night. So Wednesday came in early. We ran over to the hospital thinking maybe just get it scanned just to make sure everything was fine. And then that's when they revealed the appendix. So then obviously I had to go to surgery. So, but feel good. And, I anticipate everything, staying normal, come Sunday night. We also recognize, it's the Cowboys and the Eagles playing, and the importance of the game and how, what we need to do to win the game. It's clearly why I felt like it was so important for me to get back in there, because trust me, anybody that knows me or has ever worked with me, I'm the last guy that wants to take any attention away from the players. This is a player's game, so that's why it is imperative for me to get back in here and get going and just make sure that the normalcy was totally back in place. And I do give the players a ton of credit and the coaches for keeping it rolling on Wednesday and Thursday. But I don't think we'll be ready to go.
All right, Cowboys head coach Mike McCarthy getting ready for the big game tonight, and just talking a lot about the culture that they have built there with the Cowboys. Meanwhile, for Nick Sirianni and the Eagles, again, they come into this game at 10-2 after the big loss last Sunday at home against the 49ers.
Obviously they're a really good football team, well coached, great players. So obviously any time in this league, every little thing matters, right? Playing at home matters, and that can give you an advantage, and obviously they've done a really nice job of taking advantage of that. Them being on their turf, them being with their home crowd. To say they're playing a different style, I wouldn't say that I noticed anything like that, but they sure as heck been really good at home, and I respect that question. I just don't see it any different that we have a big game against a division rival. That's the Cowboys. It's a huge game for us. Every game's big, but we're really excited about going out there and playing, and we know we'll have a challenge because we know how good they are.
All right, so the Eagles, as I said, coming off a blowout loss at home. They were buried by the 49ers 42-19, and then for Dak Prescott and the Cowboys, this is the first of 4 really big games. It starts tonight with the Eagles, followed by the Bills, at Miami, and then home for the Lions.
Yeah, huge. Obviously, it puts us in place for the division. Once again, I don't know how that shapes out, to be honest with you. I just know we got to get this game. Multiple games left, so we'll focus on that as we get there. But then also just in this sense of trying to get this one home field, and understanding our success through the past couple of years and how great it'd be, to play the postseason here at home. So this is the stretch in the season when you look at the schedule that you had to be excited about. And obviously, as the season has played out and the numbers have gotten where they've gotten, you see the division right here in potential grabs. You see the other playoff teams that you're going to play in the back end of this thing. These are the moments that we've prepared for, we've built for, that we've worked this culture for, this brotherhood. Obviously, there's going to be a lot of noise. Other people are going to try to make it different than maybe what it is for us. But for us individually in this locker room, it's about playing our best ball right now so we can use that momentum as we move forward.
All right, there you go. Cowboys quarterback Dak Prescott, again, first place in the NFC East on the line, along with the Eagles, looking to complete the season sweep of the Cowboys for the first time since 2011. A Cowboys win would give Dallas the tiebreaker, and tonight, by the way, the 130th meeting all-time between the longtime rivals, and a great game. Looking forward to it. The Eagles and the Cowboys coming up on Compass Media Networks. The two late games that we're still going that we told you about when we started the post-game show have both gone final in L.A. The Broncos beat the Bolts 24-7. Again, the Chargers not only lose the game, but their quarterback Justin Herbert left in the first half with a finger injury. We'll have to see how severe that is, but a huge, devastating loss at home for the Chargers. They needed to get that win today. And also now a final from Kansas City. The Chiefs thought they scored the go-ahead touchdown on a funky lateral play. It was called back, and the Bills hold on for the win at Arrowhead, 20-17. They beat the Chiefs, and now Kansas City, once on top of the AFC, drops to 8-5, 4-3 at Arrowhead, this stadium. And meanwhile, for Sean McDermott and the Bills and Josh Allen, been kind of an up-and-down season, but they get the win, a huge win on the road. They beat the Chiefs at Arrowhead, 20-17, the final. And we mentioned, for the Bills, after the game tonight, they have to go play the Cowboys next Sunday at AT&T. All right, today's coverage of the National Football League on Compass Media Networks has been sponsored by Charmin, Indeed.com, Grainger, Wendy's, and by NFL.com. The final score, the San Francisco 49ers 28, the Seattle Seahawks 16. We'd like to thank our crew for today. Producer Brian Dansell, engineer Pat Kineen, statistician Ira Broski, and the senior producer, the one and only Tyler Brewer. The senior vice president and general manager of sports at Compass Media Networks is Michelle Salvatore. Don't forget, there's plenty more great sports action coming up next Sunday, a Week 15 doubleheader. First, the Tennessee Titans will host the Houston Texans, and then it's the Dallas Cowboys taking on the Buffalo Bills. Be sure to check your local listings for game times and stations. Once again, our final score, the 49ers 28, the Seahawks 16. Up next, across our Compass Media Networks and many of these same stations, it's the Dallas Cowboys hosting the Philadelphia Eagles. Now for Brian Baldinger and Chris Carino, I'm Jeff Biggs. You've been listening to Compass Media Networks. This is the NFL.
This is Compass Media Network's presentation of the NFL.
Prescott working from under center. Three-step drop, pressure comes, fires back in the end zone, and it is caught for a Dallas touchdown. C.D. Lamb. Shotgun snap. Toss play going right to Pollard. Cuts back in the pond. Going down low, going into the end zone for a Dallas touchdown. Pressure comes, steps up, throws. Pass is picked off. Deron Bland. Shotgun snap. Late delayed blitz. And a quick snap throw. Prescott to Cooks for a Cowboys touchdown.
Welcome to AT&T Stadium, where the Dallas Cowboys host the Philadelphia Eagles. Tonight's coverage of the NFL is sponsored by Charmin, Indeed.com, Grainger, Wendy's, and by NFL.com.
You're home for NFL Sunday all season long in Hayes and Great Bend. It's KXNC, Net City, 104.7 KISS FM.
Now, let's head to AT&T Stadium, where Kevin Ray and Danny White kick off tonight's coverage of the National Football League on Compass Media Networks.
It is one of the NFL's great rivalries, comprised of everything a bitter rivalry should be. Vitriol, blood-boiling disdain for the other team, intense and downright nasty. When the blue and silver mix with the green and white, it's like a lab experiment gone wrong. But everyone will be listening and watching in another installment. Yeah, here we go. It's Cowboys, Eagles, Sunday Night Football here on Compass Media Networks. Well, hi again, everybody. Alongside the quarterback, Danny White, I'm Kevin Ray. Jerry Reckel will join us shortly from the Compass Media Network studios in New York City. And I say Cowboys and Eagles, and Danny White, the former quarterback who's played in a few of these rivalries, you get that look with the hairy eyeball, the hair on the back of your neck raises up. You've been in these games. You've been in games that carry the magnitude that this one does. Take us through the emotions of the players out on the field as they prepare clearly for the Cowboys' biggest game of the season.
Well, Kevin, it's a time to kind of calm yourself down. It's not one where you need to be motivated.